welcome to episode 77 of Community Service Hour. Today we're going to finish our workshop series. This is step 2 of 2 for how to build your own smart contract, and we are actually going to build a smart contract. So if you've got a computer, get a computer. iPad doesn't count, Mac preferred. There's homework. The homework is listed at the top of the Twitter space, and you can get started, but we will go through all of it together. First on the agenda, though, is Marco from Anima.
So basically, the European Commission, they made a new proposal for the law of digital product passport. So basically, in 2026, almost every physical product that is going to be produced in the European community need to have like a digital product passport. That is a certificate emitted like in blockchain, where you can record all the data that the product has, such as the materials, the ownership, the provenance, the CO2 consumption that product did during the production process. Because they want to enhance a sustainable production. They want to create new type of business opportunity for recycling object. They want to set a circular economy inside our European Union. And they want to also give the opportunity to customers to make like sustainable choices, so they can check which type of material is the object, and this type of easy stuff to understand. They want to make it more clear for final customers. So basically, a digital product passport, that is what we provide. It can be a proof of ownership. It can be anti-counterfeiting. It can be an information storage, also a proof of provenance, and it is regulation ready. So we also have some partnership with some company that measure the carbon footprint emitted by the companies, and we can insert that data inside every single NFTs. So every company can be adaptable to the new ESG criteria that are coming out. From our platform also now, there's the problem that brands don't know the final customers, because the product that we sell, they pass through a retail shop. So mostly the retail shop never tell to the official brands, who is the owner of the product and who's gonna buy it. So thanks to our platform, it's possible like to know the final customers. And when the brands know the final customers, and especially he know what type of product the final customer has in their collectibles, they can literally do a customized advertising to him in an easy way, without losing any type of time trying to advertise something that they don't like. Because if I know what type of product you have in your house, what type of furniture, what type of clothes you dress, for me as a brand, it's easy to sponsorship something to you that can be easily buyable from you. In this sense, all the product that we sell are have like this NFC tag that are like secured with a IAS 256. That is actually right now quantum secure is the highest standard in encryption system, and they can have a custom design. So basically, we can print the logo of the brand, the logo of our brand, etc. And mostly they can be stickers, where that we apply in the furniture pieces or something like that, or they can also be tied inside the clothes. So during the manufacturing process, we send them to the companies, and they insert in their supply chain this chip that can be like washable, and that can be tied inside the product. They respect some ISO criteria also, so they can message with other type of application, and especially they have like a software that is called SUM. So when every person scan this QR code, we receive in our software like a unique signature that make us distinguish if the chip is real or not. Because every tap that the person do on that, the signature is going to change. So we always know if the chip is real or not, and they cannot be copied by anyone. It's anti-counterfeiting completely. You can also check from all the product from the NFT ledger the authenticity. You can check also the transaction history. You can control better the second-hand market, because we know that with all this type of restriction that are coming on the material consumption CO2, it will be good for the brands to start introducing their business on the second hand. So we guarantee to the brands that is our partner like a second-hand royalty fee on every transaction that has been made on the second-hand market that is blockchain secured. That will be that is a nice introduction to this type of new world.
And I noticed your quote. You're saying with the advertising to people based on the clothes they own, the dishwasher. This is an expansive view of the future, registering lots of things and connecting them.
Yeah, it's something that we sell this type of data to brands after that. So we basically have a lot of services. One of the service that we have is like to give the brands, of course, respecting the privacy of the users in EU, because we have a lot of law that are complicated for the privacy here. But respecting the privacy for users, we sell the information of every users to the brands that we want to give to other partners. Example, if a person in our platform has like 15 products and we know who he is, where he lives, and how much he spends and stuff like that, we can also give to brands this type of contact with a high price comparing to another person that only have like only one product, two product, or something like that. So it's a features that is customized by every type of user that is inside the platform. But yes, it's the future. The brands can can invest the money in a more safe way in this way. So you don't need to spam advertising to everyone. You customize it.
Awesome. This is going to happen. This is the future. You are listening to the future right now, and you can ask questions to the people that are making the future.
Yeah, I hardly believe that this type of technology, like NFT and blockchain technology, was born like with crypto, and crypto were only a Trojan horse to introduce this technology in the world. The blockchain one, the distributed ledger. So basically, it will be easier with this type of technology, like to track everything, to register everything.
Hey guys, how goes it? Yeah, so first of all, William, this sounds like something that really should have been sitting on top of the plane, right? But Marco, I don't know how much you know about the new European directive on this, but what is the criteria for having your product included on this this scheme? Like, is it a price point, or do you know exactly?
Yeah, thanks for the question. So basically, in this new regulation will come out. It's already like in a draft from the European Commission, but it has been approved by many members, and it will come out like almost in 2026, 2027 at least. And in this type of regulation, it's wrote that it was born only to announce like a circularity economy and to monitor every single emission of CO2. Basically, they will start mostly with like luxury brand, and with like brands that are involved in a supply chain that involve many different actors. So, example, if I have a brand of furniture, I need like the company that produce the leather, the company that produce the metal, the company that produce the plastic, etc., etc. If I have more suppliers, this law will enforce every single suppliers to give the exact consumption of CO2 and the materials that they were producing during the fabrication phase. Then all this little data will be put at the end of the supply chain, so at the production of the object when the physical product is ready. And they will start with big brands, and then they will use the same law for all the little brands that are producing objects here in Europe. I don't know in the US if it is like that, but here in Europe is like everyone is starting to adopt it.
In the US, we have scope 3 emissions, which is done at the company level as opposed to the product level. It's obviously a lot less ambitious, but people are already complaining. Totally different process. And also the SEC is considering regulations or is working on regulations for doing this for public companies as well.
Yeah, exactly. Also, if you go to check also the new regulation that came out with, for example, MasterCard or the company Xange, they're doing something that let you compensate the carbon credit, the carbon that you spend with carbon credits.
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much for the presentation. We're going to get more feedback and comments going forward on YouTube as we publish this. For today, let's go to item 2 of our agenda. Let's go to the workshop. Here's what we've got for you ahead. We're going to write a contract. We're going to deploy the contract. We're going to make a DApp. And then you can send your resume because you've just deployed a DApp to the internet and deployed a smart contract. So you're going to be hot stuff. Getting through the homework, and there's a lot, but they're simple, and we'll do them together. You'll also want to join our SuSquares Discord. Do we have a Discord for this? You want to be in this Discord for SuSquares. First step, you want to have a GitHub account. GitHub is how you will get credit for joining today. There's a permanent record of everyone who joins this class. You are part of it. And that means having a photo, none of this stuff, none of these default photos, none of these, that's a photo, that's a good one. None of this, you don't want anything like this. Nether Drake, you don't want to have this. You want to have a photo because this is what hiring managers are looking for. Hiring managers are not looking for unicorns. They're not looking for NFTs. They're looking for somebody that they can hire and send a paycheck to. Please install VS Code or something else that is a text editor. You're going to want to have a code editor so you can paste this code in it. If you use Notepad or TextEdit, sometimes it will autocorrect and correct with a K, KT in it, spelled with a KT. So you want to be able to paste stuff and have it not be autocorrected. You want to have Edge. I use Chrome, Edge, those are the same thing. Brave, they're all compatible. They're the same thing. Arc, you can do it in Arc, but I don't do crypto in Arc. Create a separate browser profile. Create a separate browser profile. Create a separate browser profile. Super important because if you're doing crypto stuff and then you log into Facebook, well, guess what? Now Facebook knows you're a crypto person, and then you will get ads on Facebook, and spammers will target you, and then they will take all your stuff. In fact, this is so important that you want a separate color so that every time you open it, you're going to see a different color. I'll show you how to do that in Edge. Theme button appearance. Okay, you want to have a different color. So now I got a purple. So now when I see purple, and I'll be like, oh, my normal one's pink. This one's purple. Oh, don't log into Facebook or anything like that. This tip right here will save you $1 million. MetaMask sucks, it's great, but we'll use it for today. It's popular, and you should at least know how it works before you complain about how it sucks. If you need testnet, I'm stacked with Girly ETH. So what you're doing is in MetaMask, go back to your account 1 and click here to get your address. This is your address. You'll need this later. So I'm going to type in mine is this. And so just paste in your address here. I will send you, I am your faucet. I will be the faucet. You want to take the Ether that you have and send it around between your one account and your other account. This is actually an important part of the experience, is to, if you haven't done a transaction before, the reason why I tell people to do this is just so you can see it takes a few seconds. So you don't get impatient and be like, wow, I clicked the button and it didn't happen immediately. And that's it. So you've just done the homework and now you're ready to begin the workshop. We're going to use a website called Remix. So that will be remix.ethereum.org. And it gives you a whole bunch of stuff. So Remix is the place where it's a website that allows you to compile code, test it, run it. You can actually deploy smart contracts with this. I recommend Remix. It's great software. It's actively maintained. It's set up for a bunch of stuff. None of this stuff matters. We're just going to take whatever comes up. We're going to click on contracts here on the left, pick one of them, whatever one is there, copy everything there, and then paste over it. So you're going to paste your own contract on top. I'm not going to tell you how to modify your contract, but you might want to take just a second and reading it and then see if there's something you want to change here. So the bad news is we're almost out of ad lore. Okay, anybody stuck on this step yet? So now that you've got this smart contract, this is your smart contract, and it's ready to go. So we're going to go it. On the left here, we have this compile button. Hit that, click compile, and then we're going to deploy it. First, we're going to change the environment. So currently it's running, everything's inside the matrix in your browser. Instead, we want to connect it to the network. Something you need to know about Remix is there's two colors of buttons. There's orange buttons and blue buttons. The orange ones cost money and the blue ones don't. If you click the orange button, then you can expect to get a transaction pop up because you're going to be paying for this. It's billable. And just like a moment ago, when you transferred Ether to yourself, you need to confirm this transaction, and we're going to do that. So click confirm, and your contract will be live. Okay. Notice how it took a few seconds. I was getting antsy, I was clicking around, I was looking for something, and bam, I got this green check mark. So that's just how long things take. You don't really get like a progress bar, it just happens. So we're deployed, we are live. The address of my contract, which is how other people can interface with it, is here. And my contract is named Kelly, and here's the address. It's pretty long, so it's truncated, and you can just hit this copy thing here. So I'm gonna hit copy. I'm going to go to Discord and I'm going to say my contract is, and paste that address. If you're following along, please also put your contract address. This will allow us to use each other's contracts, which is the whole point of this stuff. That is the first major achievement of the workshop, is you've just deployed a contract. Second, we're going to deploy an app, DApp, if you're cool. In order to do this, you will need a web server. The reason why is because you can't just save a HTML file on your computer and open it in Chrome. Chrome will not let you do that for the type of things we want to do here. Specifically, it won't let you run JavaScript far away. So now I'll show you how to set up a server, an HTML server in VS Code. It's pretty simple. So you open Code and you go to the App Store and you type in live server. This one is not made by Microsoft. This one's extremely popular. It's good software. And so you can click install. It's mere seconds, you'll be live. Once it's installed, it gives you a new button down here, which you'll be able to use to launch your web server. And we're gonna do that. Make a new folder on the desktop, DApp. Gonna open this folder here. Gonna make a new file. I don't know why we just call everything index.html. That was the original web server. That's the name it wanted. So I'm gonna hit save index.html. I'm gonna just put hello there. So that's a start. So I just wanna get this file open in Chrome. If we come over here into VS Code, we click this go live button, then it's gonna start a server and open up this web page in your browser. Problem is, it opened for me using Arc. I don't want Arc. I want it to use my blockchain profile. So I'm gonna copy that URL. I'm gonna go back over to Edge and paste it. So now I'm using Edge. I've got this web page loaded. It's got the hello there. Sometimes I never trust anything because I have another file named hello too. So I'm just add some other words here. All right. It's in my browser. I'm running the server. We are running code. All right. Final step here is you come over and take this DApp. So I'm going to give you the code and I'm going to paste it into Discord. For DApp. So here's your code. We'll explain it, of course. Copy and paste it here. We'll take it line by line. You don't even have to know HTML. You can just glance at this stuff and understand enough. So it's going to use if this is an HTML file, we're going to make the words big because we want to see them. We're going to pull in this thing called Ethers. Ethers is a software library for JavaScript that allows you to make dApps. It allows you to make web pages that connect to blockchain. Next line, address. This will be the contract we want to connect to. So for me, that's going to be the one I just pasted into Discord. So I'm going to go get that address. Actually, I'm going to steal Vicky's address because that would be more cool. I'm going to go to my code. I'm going to paste in that address for the contract. Bam. Next, there's some smart contract on the blockchain. We're going to connect to that network. We're going to liaise with that contract. We need to know how to query it. This is called an interface. So we're going to use this line of code to describe the interface. It's a very simple interface. Then we've got some JavaScript code here, which is going to wait for the page to load, connect to MetaMask. It's going to load this smart contract. It's going to get the favorite number from it. And then it's going to show that favorite number on the screen. Ready to try it? I am. Let's go. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to hit reload. Is this on the same network? Sequoia, that's why. So if I can switch over to Sequoia. There you go. So this is on deployed. So Vicky's contract is deployed on Sequoia network. So I switched to Sequoia network and I was able to load her contract with her favorite number. It's 88. Good job, Vicky. Let's pull someone else's up. 037 with the contract. Deployed which network? We'll see in a second. So I'm going to switch just to connect to a different smart contract. Here. Bam. Back on Gorley network, maybe. 37. All right. So that's a customization to the contract to change it from number 88, favorite number, to number 37. This is it. But reviewing what we did here, we wrote a simple smart contract. We deployed the smart contract to a network. We did it on Gorley, Sequoia. You can do the same exact process, use real Ether tokens and send it onto Ethereum mainnet. We made a website to pull in data, and then you sent your resume to me because now you know how to deploy smart contracts. And maybe the only thing you're thinking is, well, this is too easy. What is the number one thing you need to do programming? It is copy and pasting things on the internet until it works. So this is really the skill that you need to know. That's it. In the homework, there's a link where you can add yourself as a student to the student list, immortalized with all the other students who were successfully able to get through this workshop. So do that if you have a second, and I will approve your pull request on GitHub. Maybe it's even your first time on GitHub. That's cool too. But if you've got this number on your screen, now's a great time to take a selfie. If you do selfies and put this on Twitter, the official hashtag is when you post it on Twitter with a hashtag, you can click it and you can scroll up till the beginning of time. And you can see other people and with their favorite number with their selfies. Because I want to show you one more thing is we have a draft website here and it's called hour.gg. Is this initiative of all of us together, learning something 1 hour a week, sharing, building, improving our resumes. We have the past episodes, but they all live somewhere and now it lives on a website. It allows you to join the show. You're already here, so you don't need to know how to do that, but if you want to share it with a friend, maybe they want to put it on their calendar and then get ready for the show. It has all of the past episodes here. And then the points. This is the point system. But everybody who's staying to the end of the show, we'll recognize you in a tweet. And so this is a draft. I don't have, I guess we can discuss this on like a governance version of this phone call. And that's what this webpage is for, is recognizing these contributions.